it works. So, what we're going to do is incorporate this egg into our message for tonight. So, back over here. So, does everyone have their Bibles? Missed that. Oh, they're over there.
Go get some for everybody.
Get some for everybody, please. We'll wait. While we're passing out Bibles,
Where are we in the book?
we want to look for 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 6 through 8. 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 6 through 8. I like to repeat it because when I'm sitting in, they say it once and I don't ever remember it. So, does everyone have a Bible?
Yeah.
I want to make sure.
1 Peter chapter 5, verses 6 through 8. So it says, humble yourself under the mighty power of God. In the right time, He will lift you up in honor. That's very important in our message tonight. In the right time, He will lift you up in honor. Give all your worries and cares to God, for He cares about you. The second part's very important too. Stay alert. Watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Now, one thing I was talking to Evan about when I came in, especially with the devil, I totally make fun of him all the time. So I'm like, when he's trying to creep in, I'm like, get out of here, punk. You don't even go here. What are you doing over here? And like, how many times I gotta tell you, you already lost. What? You're wasting my time here. I don't give him any space, anything. I just say, go away. Like someone is worthless. It's not even worth my time to deal with. So, that's my little spiel for him. Because every time I see it or read about it, I like to tell everybody how I feel about him. So,
That's right.
Back to the egg. Who wants to be a volunteer? I think this guy right here, Hunter. No, this guy right here.
Yeah.
So, how you doing?
I don't
What's
want
your
to know
name?
no more.
Jen? All right, Jen's my assistant here.
Yeah, Jen.
I'm going to have you hold the mic. You got to hold it over here close to me. So, the egg has 2 parts, well, 3 parts, but 2 parts including the shell. How about right there? Don't stay. So, the egg has 2 parts. Very much like we have 2 parts. We have our flesh and we have our spirit. So what we're going to do is we're going to crack the egg and we're going to separate out the white from the yolk.
It's not bad.
You all right over there?
I do it with the shell.
So you can do it with the shell. There's a whole bunch of different ways to do this. So this is the way I do it because that's how I is. But there's, it's my sermon, I can say I is. So, but there's a whole different way to do this. So, all right, appreciate it. Everybody give him a good hand.
Yeah.
Woo! So, back to, we have our flesh, which is represented by the egg white. I'll hold it up so that everyone can see. Then we have the spirit, which is represented by the yolk. So the yolk is a golden color, and I always like to remember that if I keep my eyes on Jesus, I'll be golden no matter what.
Yeah.
So over here we have some sugar. Sugar represents, in this scenario, all the sin in the world, all the non-believers, anything that is not focused on advancing the kingdom of heaven through Jesus, through what we do. So, we're going to add sugar. Now, as you can see, that's covered us up. We have the world on our shoulders here. We have everything against us, where it's all TV, radio, school, chores, growing up, everything against us. I need another volunteer. Who wants to volunteer? We'll let you volunteer.
Yay.
You get to hold the microphone.
Yeah.
So, right here. So, this is what happens. When Jesus gets involved and we keep Jesus first, watch what happens to everything else. All the sin, all the bad to non-believers. Guess what we've just done? We've spread the word of Jesus. Some of them are a little stubborn, others.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jaden. Everyone give Jaden a round of applause.
Woo!
Good job. So now we've taken all the sin and all the non-believers and everything that the devil, when we say devil, what are we going to say? Get out of here, punk.
Get out of
You got better things
here.
to do, right? Right.
Bye, Felicia.
So that's what we did. We, as individuals, took something very humble and gave it to Jesus, and he's turning it into something great.
Yeah.
And it's all golden. We're still golden. Keep your eyes on Jesus. We're all golden. So, the second message I want to mention is Ephesians 6, verses 10 through 12. Ephesians 6, 10 through 12. So this is the whole armor of God. A final word. Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on all of God's armor so that you will be able to stand firm against all strategies of the devil. To stand firm against all strategies of the devil. Well, every time we say devil, what are we saying? Get out of here, punk. We don't want none of you. You don't want none of us. You can't handle us. For we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in this dark world, and against evil spirits in the heavenly places. So we're not fighting on our flesh. So that kind of helps us to determine that what happens between each other is not for us to squash. We're to love each other as Jesus loves the church. So if someone does wrong against you, don't try to change them. Pray for them so God will soften their heart. So they will be changed through God, not through us. So, can I have another volunteer? Caden, you've been itching to get up here.
It's true. Let me put that microphone.
That's right.
Who wants it?
So, all right. So, we got to come over here a little closer because we got to get over here. So, well, we got good fight procedures, and we'll be all right.
Yeah.
It'll be
Your
all right.
husband doesn't.
So, what we're making, this is cream. So, thank you, Caden.
Woo!
Caden, a round of applause.
Yeah. Birthday boy.
Okay, so back in Ephesians, I was talking about stand firm against the strategies of the devil. So what we're looking at now is we are in life. This represents the stage of life that you guys are in right now. So you have pressure from teens not to do bad things, drugs, alcohol, sexual sin, all that. You have your school that is just teaching you things that aren't true. You have society, social media, you name it. It's all in the mix here. So the devil, he knows that. Oh, there's it again. What are we gonna say?
Get out of
Get out of here,
here.
devil. We don't need none of you here.
Yeah.
So this is another strategy. So he knows that you're already having a hard time handling everything. So he gets his goons, lack for a better word, because I have no respect for the devil or his goons because I have the armor of God with me. So his goons are doing some other stuff now. So now they're trying to poke at you with different things, trying to get in. Who else is going to volunteer? Yeah, you come on up here and volunteer. So, all right. So now, again, we're still transforming the egg, so it's still very humble. Right now, this is egg and sugar. It's not very good. I mean, you can eat it, it's be sweet, but it's just not very good. So we're going to add the milk. But again, we still have the armor of God with us, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to add the milk, or the cream, I'm sorry. And you're going to stir it around.
Why are you doing that?
So this is all the college stuff, starting to grow up, like where Evan's at in life, you know. He's got to cook his own food or he doesn't get to eat. You have to do all your laundry or you don't have clean clothes to wear. You have a full-time job. And yeah, it's just compounding. It's just getting more and more. But
Stop.
thank you very much. Yes, give her a round of applause.
It's just cooking, bro. You're really
So, out of everything that he's still throwing at you, the devil is still throwing stuff at you. But where are we keeping our eyes focused? Our eyes are still on Jesus. And it's still golden. It's still yellow. There's nothing he can do to hold you back. Nothing at all. So, after all that, you grow up, you have families, you think everything's all good. Your kids come along, you teach them the good word, you go to church, you make sure they understand what's going on. Then, guess who shows back up?
The devil.
God
The devil. You know, you'd think he'd learn.
Get out of here.
You would think he would learn.
I say you can't, so you can't.
This is this mixture after you bake it. So officially this is what you would call a custard. But again, so the trials of getting married, raising kids, working a full-time job, dealing with that temptation. But your eyes are still on Jesus. And what color is it?
Green. Wait.
Yellow. Gold.
It's still golden. It's still yellow. All right. So we've mixed it. We've taken the egg and taken the yolk. We've added sin to it. The devil and his goons. Get out of here, devil.
Get out of here.
Bye,
Bye, Felicia.
Added the cream to it because it was hot and it was doing all the temptations, the pressure. We baked it in the oven. Again, more temptation, more sin, more. This is what he does. He keeps hammering at you until you break. But what he doesn't realize is we have the armor of God. It says this, we have the armor of God. And he cannot touch us. So here we are, adults, full-time jobs, still dealing with society, social media, science, everything that tells us that what the Bible tells us is false. And here we are, still golden, still marching forward because we've not took our eyes off of Jesus. Now, I need a volunteer, but this volunteer's got to be a little more serious.
Me? Yes, please,
So,
please.
Who?
Please.
Layton?
I'm very serious.
I think I want you to come up here. Come on.
Oh.
Hey, be the
Go, Leia.
You're gonna hold the microphone for me. All right.
Holy snap.
Oh, snap. Whoops.
So after everything that we went through with our custard here, we have kids now, we have grandchildren, and we're praying for them because we know at this point in our lives, we know how determined the devil, bye Felicia,
Bye, Felicia.
is to take over our souls that he can't have. He can have this. I willingly give to him. He can have all that. 'Cause that's all he's worth. That goes in the trash. So if he wants to go to the trash and dig it out, then that's on him. He can do whatever he wants. Me personally,
That's good.
I'm the creme brulee here, which is what we're turning this into. So again, more sin. Sin. It's bad. All right. So, everyone's heard when the demons come and they get kicked out, they always come back with more, right?
Yeah.
So we kicked them out with the hot cream. We kicked them out with the hot oven. The devil and his goons. They're back. And they're serious now. Now he's like, all right, I got to bring out the big guns. Okay? See, that's how powerful Jesus was.
Yeah.
He got close and just went away. He's like, he got scared.
He knows what he's doing. He's a chef.
So, did his worst. Smoking, you can see it.
Yeah.
Did his worst. Am I still golden?
Yeah.
Thank you, Clayton. Clayton, that's your
Clayton.
name, buddy. Everyone give Clayton a good round of applause.
Clayton.
Now eat it. Now eat it.
We're going to eat it.
Clayton.
No, you're gonna eat it.
Well, trust me, you will want to eat this. I promise you.
It just smells good.
It does smell
Does
good.
smell good.
But, so, you're still golden. So the devil, bye Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Hey, give me.
And his minions, 7 times more than the cream and the stove was in the torch, the temperature wise. 7 times. He came and did his worst. And I'm still golden. No matter what happens, I keep my eye on Jesus,
Yeah.
and I'm golden. Now, who wants to try it?
Me, please.
I'll try it. Don't worry.
It's Clayton's birthday, we'll let him go. I have enough for everybody.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Caden's Clayton now.
I did say Clayton, I'm sorry. So,
It's
but
tomorrow, not today.
all right, now I want you to describe what's going on here. So, when you hit it, what happened?
It kind of stopped, so I kind of had to put a little bit of extra pressure in there.
Right?
Get it, I get.
There's a hard layer on top of it and pretty soft on the bottom.
Right. Now, what does that taste like?
Sugary.
Kind of velvety?
Yeah.
Kind of creamy
Tastes
taste?
like eggs.
Good and delicious?
Yeah.
Would you say it's delicious?
Yeah.
All right, so give him a hand.
Yeah.
So,
You gotta keep that.
you get to hold on to that. I need
Oh.
the jar back though, because Mama Toole should be all over me if I lose her jar. So, in closing, I want everyone to turn to John chapter 16, verses 31 to the end of the chapter. Now, this particular part, I want to make sure that anyone that's a senior, finishing school, going into junior high next year, this is the part that I want you guys to focus on. Okay? The final word, be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. Put on all of God's armor so that you will be able to stand firm against all. Oh man, I didn't read that. Oh, see, there. The Lord loves humbleness, and this is one of those humble mistakes. So,
okay.
Anyway,
That's right.
Back to John chapter 16, verse 31 this time, James. So, these are Jesus' words, mind you. Do you finally believe? But the time is coming. Indeed, it's here now. When will you be?
You got this.
When you will be scattered, each one is going its own way, leaving me alone. Yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart, because I have overcome the world. Okay? Everything that we described through this whole process to get to the end result of creme brulee ties into how the enemy, the devil, by Felicia, works against us And how great how delicious is that? He's still licking the spoon.
It's really good. I tried it. It's really good.
It's phenomenal. But did you see how it was attacked? It was sin. And everything you can think of sin-wise versus social media, friendships, non-believers, the atheists, everything that you can imagine that goes against everything that God tells us to, and we still turn out golden. All we have to do is focus on Him, not ourselves. So, I have enough for everyone to try. If they would like to have one, you have to come up.
What about 2?
Let's get through
You were
one first.
getting
If we have enough for 2, we can go with 2.
All right.
But that's all I have for my spiel. So.